Groovy.
My name is Blake, and I like games. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and jump in because I am late to the party as it is. Veldak, how you doing, buddy? Okay, here we go. I've jumped in just to this part. Let's hit the uptime. We are recording. Let's do this. Yeah, man, this is fun. This makes it super interesting. There we go. Uptime. All right. We begin the game. We have, let's list off the competitors today. Team SteelAxe, only
Groovy.
a two-man team. Two-person team. AntiElitz and Bilka. The flow is horizontal. I don't know. What is the flow? Oh, is it the way the way this is displaying? NotAnti, the team that defines itself by not being anti. Oh, the button should be under the table. Oh, okay. Join spectators. Rain, Messenger, and ZephyrToad. I've seen them before. Very, very good players. LazyBots is Exterminators and Exterminators team, featuring my partner Mojo D and Fienxjox. Supporters, I've seen two of these guys before, Kowalski and INJMVO. INJMVO. Lizette and Lizzian, I have not had the pleasure of meeting. And then the MysteryMen are all new to me. Dry, 4115, a blue, Blaust, and Dragoonka. All right, there's our competitors. SteelAxe, NotAnti, LazyBots, supporters, and MysteryMen. I don't think I've seen a game that has 5. Let's go ahead and... Oh, look at this arrangement. This is very new. This is very new to me. And look, the map is exploring for me. This is also new. I want to say this... I can probably see this, but they cannot. I would guess, if I had to guess on how this is arranged. Fog of War only removed for spectators. And I've only played a 4-player. I have not seen this star arrangement. I would say it just goes in a circle all the way around, given this one is my guess. Bases are distributed via circle. What's up, Veldak? 5 teams. That's right. That's right, Vosk. Voske. Okay. All right. Looks like Anti is down south. Let's put up the production score. Okay, before we get started. All right, let's turn off that music and we'll hit this other music. It's way over there. I have 3 monitors. I need a 4th one. NotAnti. Big surprise. They're in the lead for almost hitting 1 million. I am 1 hour late to this party. I think they started for a 3-hour time limit. Production score goal 50 million. I think I'm willing to bet this is an in-between version. At the moment, we're on version 16.16 plus whatever cloning threw in there, if that's what Mojo set up. Mojo and Clonin have a great relationship working together and getting them getting fixes very rapidly done, getting feedback very rapidly put in. All right, LazyBots, which is Exterminator and Mojo, at 250,000, right at on the 2nd spot. Oh no, sorry, I said it wrong. NotAnti has a commanding lead of everybody. SteelAxe, I saw the word anti. No, Rain and his group commanding lead, almost at 1 million points. SteelAxe, Bilka dropped from the game. SteelAxe is in 3rd place. That's gonna hurt his performance too. Supporters and MysteryMen bringing it 4th and 5th, although 4th, supporters are right on their heels. All right, let's go in and look at the team, starting with 1st place and moving around. So that would be Rain and his crew, NotAnti. All right. See what I see here. All right, let's put up the versions here. They haven't mined this entire copper. Very curious. It looks like they've got a really big, iron patch. 3 million. 1 million. They've got a lot of nice copper and iron. They should not run out in 3 hours. Teensy bit of oil. A little bit of stone. I don't see another stone deposit in here. Looks like they've done a pretty good job of clearing out some space. They just had an open amount of space. Doesn't look like there was forest here. Okay. They've got a 1 copper, 1 full copper, 1 full steel, 2 full iron. Looks like they're bringing up another. They got a half a stone going, and 2 iron halves going as well. Rain and his crew, they do have oil. That must be. They might have been first to oil. That must be what they are. What they're celebrating about. It looks like they've already got exploration out here to the west. This is a great position because they're oil out here to the west. Not really near any of the teams. I'm not sure about the house rules and the house agreements beforehand, but getting out here and getting this oil, if they go for this oil, it might be vulnerable to anyone else to disrupt it. But this is a good oil position. It's very smart between the 2 positions. This looks like a little closer. Very good for them to go out here and snag this oil out here, because this inside their base is not going to cut it. Looks like they have already put down guns all around, or is that a default? Oh, this must be default. Aha. Okay. So the option to start with turrets. Aha, that's a new option. Yeah, confirmed by cloning. Looks like this is a new option to start with some turrets. I wonder how much ammo they have in there. 20 each. Okay, so theoretically, you could roll up on a corner, put a tank or something up there, run it out of ammo, and then bust in. I guess it's enough of a deterrent to go have a defend against a rogue attacker. It's interesting. Their power choices looks like they're just burning solid fuel. I mean, seen that before. It's got a good high value, but it must be a good way to burn off some of their excess light oil. And that may be why they're getting a nice little bonus from it. And looks like Rain also has a good power profile. Doesn't look like he's going to be hurting for power anytime soon. 2 good lines, and with expansion on one side. He can't really expand on that side to go get another half side of iron, but he can do this. It looks like what ZephyrToad is just about to do is to throw down some iron over another second power line here to make it one complete line of 20 boilers. So 40 boilers, total 80 steam engines. Good deal. All right, and it looks like their science, one more commentary on their science. They're already up on plastics. That means they've got reds going, which means they could do blues very easily. I don't see gray science yet, which does not need oil. So it looks like they're just going red-green. We'll check in with them later on to see if they actually do start producing blue. Maybe just for advanced oil. Who knows? All right, jump over here to Exterminator. Second place is at 860K now. House rules to get up to speed. No PvP this time. As far as I know, Bilka has connection problems once an hour. Okay, that's a house rule. And once an hour, we're going to need Bilka to just disconnect. So there you go. Oh, empty chair. That's usually my son. Yeah, we'll take that off. Good call, Mr. Oglify. What's up, Angie? Okay, looks like Mojo and the gang have grabbed some coal off here. Looks like they got a full steel line, 20 line, 20 furnace steel. Turrets are built. Grenades and piercing rounds are off the line. Turrets are not yet off the line, so that means they are locked at the moment at gray or at the green and red science. They're smelting lines, second line of steel. 1 half and 2 halves make 1 line of 20 each. Looks like this water is probably going to vex them for a bit. What they'd probably like to do is double it right here. But this water may be a pain. I don't know where they don't have a ton of stone. And true to form, looks like, oh, look here. Looks like the LazyBots have beat rain to cars. You know, cars are rain's thing. Wonder if that's a thing. They're just going to produce a massive amount of engines. In the last match I was in, rain just dominated everybody by making, I don't know, it was somewhere upwards of 351 cars. I don't know. Big line of engines. This must be what they're going for. Or, yeah, they're just boxing up engines. Could be a line on Blue Science, but not likely. I don't know. I don't think that's the case. They might be going for cars. We'll see. Doesn't look like they have as big a smelting line. They have good power. Looks like they're not going to have a problem with it. Good mining on that giant patch of iron. Looks like their stone is even less than. Do they have that patch? Okay, they've got a 2.2 million, but it's outside their base. LazyBot's not out of their base yet to go explore. I don't see. I guess that's all the stone they have. Did they get screwed out of stone because of that water patch? All right, we'll reserve judgment for that. They do have 20-something K stone, whereas these guys had 45 K stone. Maybe they got it. Maybe they got screwed. They have a ton more water in their starting patch. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't identical starting areas, because that water looks like it's taken up about half their stone. That's going to may play a factor. They may have to run outside and go tap this 2.2 million. These guys, 390K outside, 588K looks like. Rain's got some stone out here that he can go tap if he needs to, right along that same line. LazyBots have built radars in the corners. Yep, good deal to go exploring. I was on right before that, and Mojo said he was going to go do that. Looks like they've got him up. They're doing some exploring. All right, next around the corner, this is a supporters team. Kowalski and NJMVO. Looks like they've got their green sights on. Oh, one other thing here, one other observation. Their smelting may be an issue later on. They do not have a very large smelting line, not like Rain and the gang does. Interesting to see how they do it. Looks like some of these are not, the ore is not making it down the line. Looks like if they converted to red belts, they would. But half their copper is not making it down. It looks a little thin down here. We'll see. See how that unfolds. They're close to, they are immediately in striking distance of gray science. They do not look like they are close to blue. I don't see. Oil is up. Plastics are off the line. Batteries are off the line. Yeah, but I guess they could do blue. I don't see red circuits though, so they are a little ways off of blue. All right, let's go check in with the supporters. I think these are Colonel Will's supporters. All right, immediately look like NJ is going after this oil. That's their jam. Look at this. They got a good oil patch. Interesting to see if the LazyBots end up going for their oil patch. They have revealed this, and there may be some contention going on. Does not look like there's any biters on this map. No biters. I am an hour. What's up, Jimbo? I am an hour in. I was an hour late. I'm just now making it my round for the first time to all these chats. So let me move that. Thank you. Thank you, Snazzy. Supporters, good amount of smelting. 3 iron, 1 copper. This remains to be seen what they're going to do with this one. Good, 1 full steel line, and with some buffering. They're making good use of it. They are not screwed out of their stone. Looks like they did get the full 53K of their stone. Good amount of power. They shouldn't be in power troubles just yet. They may have to do a second one of those right here. Tapped into the oil so far, just bank it. Looks like Lizzian is just now setting up oil into refiners, but does not look like they've got a... Looks like they're just banking some of this to do some refining. I don't know. Usually what I would expect to see is a big long line of refineries. See, Jimbo. Good amount of green science. It looks like they could probably use another row or 2 or 3 of science and round this out at 50 instead of just 20. They need to expand that. That science is not going to go that fast, unless they're just trying to meter it in and they don't need it that fast. But with only an hour 50 left, if they have some science goals, they need to get cooking. And so what they need to do is put another 30 down there and have a 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But again, doesn't look like they're interested in putting a second line here. Maybe this is it. They could do some red inserters and do a blue-gray second line and pull from that. They put these two close together to put one in down here, so it doesn't look like they're going to go for purple or yellow. All right. So those guys are just about to break 1 million, along with the other with SteelAxe and LazyBots. All right, let's go over to the MysteryMen. I've not played these guys before. What is interesting? Coal on the outside. I've not seen this build before. Coal on the outside, and the finished product on the inside. Interesting. It's a lot of coal to bring in there. I don't know that you need that much. Coal outside in seems a little bit better. Looks like they're putting down a little bit of a mall here. Still using level 1 assemblers. You need to get those up. Get on up. Get those up to 2s. 1, 2 copper, 2 iron, 1 steel. Looks like woven in. You convert these up to blues. That the part where you put down level 1 assemblers needs to be very, very short. You need to start putting down level 2 assemblers very quickly. I do like how they have their science. They have some room in here to work with. But I would actually upgrade these to blue inserters. It's better to get these in their spots beforehand. Shred Guy, thank you for the host.
Here's my boomstick.
What's up, Shred Guy and Shred viewers? We're just doing some Shoutcast. We were an hour into this team. And what's up, Intertooth, Santa, Shred Guy? Get SO for Shred Guy. I think Jimmy just bugged out. Shred Guy. Give him a shout out in the channel. Supporters, looks like they need to just do some upgrades. I bet you they would have a lot more success if they just took some time to upgrade some of these assemblers first. I have been shredded by the Shred Nation. What's up, Vosk? What's up, guys? Thank you for support my buddy Shred. He's a killer. They do need to finish out this power. They may be bitten by this. They do need to finish this up. There's steam engines are cheap. They've already got the infrastructure here. They just got to clear a few more trees. They do need to put, looks like, about 28 more steam engines and be done with this. Don't forget about it. Make them as you run. Get her done. What's up, Santa? All right. Okay, looks like they have some work to do. All right, back to SteelAxe. Also, not as far along as Rain in the smelting department, but as you know, Anti's builds are very deceptive in that they all fit together. They're not long lines of of smelting into a bus deal. He does short. He tends to do short, basic builds. Uglyfly, thank you for that follow. Not tapping a ton of copper, just enough to get this short stack line. So looks like he's got about a half of a copper is all. That may be all he needs. Yeah, he's only got a half a copper. A full steel. A steel and a half. This is interesting. I have not seen this build. Looky here. This is, I would say this is a half of a full steel line. And he's got stone furnaces on this other half, but it's 40 long. How long is that? That's got to be 20 up to there and 30. It's a line of 30. That is interesting. Either way, he's making steel furnaces to do the upgrade. Maybe he's rushed steel so he can in order to rush barrels. He's just stockpiling barrels. Maybe that's it. And then stockpiling some steel furnaces to replace all here. Bilka's about to make her move. Looks like you're not interested in a big science development. Yeah, I would look 3 and 3. Very interesting. Everyone else has, including the supporters, or MysteryMen, they have more science. Looks like Bilka's about to do some replacement and upgrade those steel lines. Look at that. That is interesting. Their oil situation is, they do have oil tapped. It's unpowered. Looks like they're just bottling oil. I don't see any pipes that run back into their base. Okay. Not sure what they'll do with it. All right, we'll check in with them here in a minute. But, oh, okay. I think they just revealed their strategy. If this is more steel, this might be, they might just be doing all steel all day and doing barrels for an hour and change. There you go. Trying all steel. Steel and barrels. The rules are, so just to recap everybody, no, I don't think there's any house rules. There's really no 3 hours, no PvP to speak of. There's no biters. There are turrets placed around the edges. This is a default from cloning. This is an in-game feature. There's no attacking. Let me go back to, where's Anti and Bilka? All right. I guess that's their strategy. This is going to be interesting to see if they've... looks like she's got an offset going on. I wonder what this one's going to be. Is more steel? But they are definitely not going to invest heavily in science. Looks like just red and green. And they're, at the moment, their science is off. Look at this. They're just bottling it up. They've got about 400 and 500 respectively in each one, and all they're doing is bottling science. They're not really using anything. Interesting to see what their strategy is. And they're taking the lead in the points per minute. They haven't yet passed LazyBots, but they're gaining. Looks like Rain's crew is in a commanding lead here. All right, let's go over to which one have I not done yet? Supporters. Have I profiled everybody? I think I have. All right, we'll check back in with Rain. Messenger's going out there to do something with this. Maybe make sure everything is good, or tap into ones that they haven't. Maybe they tapped into some of these, but not all of them. There's no biters, so interesting to see. Thank you for the host, guys. Vosk and Noe Larry. All right. Yep, they doubled up on consuming their solid fuel. So they're sending their solid fuel back through another smelting line. The solid fuel is going to go up through here and mix in with their coal. Looky here. They're just trying to burn that solid fuel any way they can. They got a ton of it. And offset their coal. The coal that they have plenty of coal, looks like. Probably enough for in-game. 500,000. It should last for an hour 45. And they've got some other little bit of reserve right here. So, there you go. Yep, thank you, NG. Exclamation point teams. What's up, Herman? Barrels don't add to production or consumption stats. Interesting. So, they're just going for, if they're just doing barrels, this is definitely a steel build. If they're just doing barrels, maybe they're just going to barrel up oil and mass it up. Raquel, thank you for the follow. All right. All right, let's check in with the leaders. Looks like Messenger's out there. Zephyr's expanding copper. Rain is setting up for the bots. Look here. This is interesting. They must have... I don't see blue. They've got roboports up. They don't have a blue science build. Massive amount of greens building. That is just deadheaded at the moment. They're just filling the belt and filling the chest. Reds are off the board, and the reds are feeding directly into Roboports. Very interesting. Roboports are a good amount of points. So whether they use it or not, looks like they're planting it, though. They intend to use it, and bots are off the line. Look here. They do have bots. Looks like construction bots. Where are the wingsuits? Okay, this is one of the few times we've ever seen bots in one of these, especially in the first 2 hours and 15 minutes. Rain's got bots. Look here, and he's got bots building from him. Oh, and Bilka's voice has fooled me. Auntie's going to bypass LazyBots. And looks like they have. Urge to nerf increase the empty barrels count, so it's fine. Well, don't nerf it because it's effective, Clonin. Let it play out. See if someone can. It might be a waste of time. You never know. All right. Bots off the line. Very quick. And this is under hourly. Bilka's being dropped from the game again. Bummer. This is something I haven't seen. I guess this is a place to throw their wood. Is to convert into power poles, I guess. All right. Bots with no blues. Probably better ways to get points from steel. I would say engines. If you look over here, the way that LazyBots are doing it, engines are a good one. They may be going for... Yes, here we go. Some of their strategy has been revealed. Here comes the car build. Surprised that we have not... Look at this. We're just going to build a ton of cars. They got 32. They got 4 down, 32 off the line. Engines to flame turrets. Piercing rounds are also good. Cars are great. Boxing up the solid fuel. Man, I hurt my... I was wrestling around with a guy who is a jiu-jitsu today. He's a wrestler. Wrestlers always have an advantage in any of those grappling sports. Good God. I have more experience on the mat than he does in jiu-jitsu, but wrestling mat time is king. Have you ever felt what even small wrestlers, have you ever felt what they feel like to wrestle them? It's intimidating. It's like, oh, this is a new level of pain. All right, here we go with Rain has now engaged Gray Science. Feeding it in, they've added some reds. Doesn't look like they've engaged it because none of these science machines are running at the moment. I like this little storage. It's a low profile storage of little cache system for your science. Could feed blue on that same system, but does not look like he's going to go much for blue. It looks like he might be stopping there. That's Mojo, actually. Sorry, I was saying it was Rain. Oh, look here. Exterminator is blazing a trail with all the cars, but SteelAxe is passing them. Let's go check in. Supporters, not too far behind. They have tapped into oil. They're starting to funnel some oil over here into some storage. That is good. Oil does give you a bounce on nerf. Oh, chemical. Here we go. Now their strategy is revealed too. Chemical plants have a rich amount of points. Looks like they could use some red belts to get this iron down there, or at least these guys, because these are not engaged. Pipes and I don't know if it'll make it all the way down here with all of those unless you get red belts. I would imagine. Oh yeah, there's the red belts. Okay, good. They'll probably need to red belt the steel down here as well. All right, but supporters are doing pretty well. It looks like they're going for chemical plants. That'll keep them in the running. I don't know if it's enough to offset what those guys are doing. These supporters looks like they've upgraded to blue assemblers. That's good. They got their mall up and running. Looks like they've got good smelting. Someone's taking my advice. They're still on these. Their science machines are not running, though, so they may not care. LazyBots will catch Anti in 3 minutes. Yeah, Anti and SteelAxe have been going right back and forth with each other. Let's look. All right, barrels it is. That's all they've got going on. Very small science build. See, Anti's very good at trying new strategies every single time. Looks like they've got a good scenario on They've got good power. Oh, they did. Looks like they did have to go out. They've tapped 2 pieces of stone. Another 5 million iron. What is this one out here? More stone. Oh, they are bringing more stone in. This might be concrete. They've got stone going in. Bunch of... Yep, here it is. Look at this concrete build. This is new since I've been there. They're just making a ton of concrete. Concrete still does offer a pretty good bonus, and the LazyBots have passed them. Okay, there you go. So concrete, and barrels is Anti strategy. NotAnti is still just muscling through. Their science is still going. They are muscling through. Look at all the boards. They have a 4-lane of boards. This is pretty insane. And they are not slowing down. They are not... they are just bottling up as much as they can. None of these are full at the moment. And they do have bots to help them with those builds. How about that? That's got to save them some time. In addition to the advantage that the bots give you in points-wise, that you can build them, and you can get good points off of these roboports. They have only 5 in the hopper. These reds are pretty slow to make. Let's see. Okay. And look, Rain and his crew have also expanded their smelting. They've got lines of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 24, 12 aside on... So they got 1 iron, 1 copper, and whatever else they need or want coming in here. Still not outside their base. So there you go. Anti has done the attempted the concrete and the concrete in barrels thus far. Let's check in with LazyBots. They are battling it neck and neck. They are very, very close in points. So one step change could sway this and take second and third place. Looks like Rain and his crew is in a fairly commanding lead. Although when I jumped in, Rain was NotAnti was getting it at about double the pace of everyone else. Now this margin has narrowed, so they cannot get complacent. Looks like more smelting has gone down for LazyBots. They're down at the 2 more copper, 1 more iron. This is likely for, yep, there you go, red and green boards. Red boards take a ton of copper to make because they consume the copper from the green as well as their own coils. Amachank, thank you for that, host. If there is a sub in chat, can you help me by taking up the... Dog. Go on, dog. Dog. Yeah, your dog. You smell like dog. Because you're a dog. The dog ran in here. Dog's not allowed. Dog does not get it through his head. Is not allowed in this office. I swear. Mojo, go work. Hey. Mojo. You're not supposed... What are you doing here? No, the doggo. Doggo's a pain in the ass. I'll tell you what. Dog is part terrier, part nuisance. Gets by on its looks. That's it. It's everything I teach my kids to not is don't trade on your looks because they're gonna fade. Trade on your ability. That dog gets by on his looks. It's the only reason it's still alive. I swear. It's because it's cute. All right, good. Phoenix. Oh, look here. It looks like they've tapped some extra oil. They have gone out here and tapped this oil next to the supporters. Not far behind everyone, but these are fairly close. So for those of you guys who just joined us, we have NotAnti, the purple guys here. This is Rain9441 and his crew. Rain9441. And his crew are down here in the southwest. Northwest is Mojo, Exterminator, and Fienxjox for the LazyBots. Their strategy is cars, and they've got some oil going on. They've got reds off the belt. We'll see what they go. They have gray science. Rain in the lead. Their strategy is, look, they've already got bots. They are botting everything, and they're just muscling through the science as well as production. I don't think they have other than getting 2 bots and getting it done, they don't have a huge science build. They do have a ton of oil. And look here. Here's the wingsuits. What do you call them? It's not a wingsuit. Flighty suit. What do you call these? What are these things? Flight suit? Flight housing? House flight? I can't even remember those things. I forget what they're called. Somebody in chat help me out. Supporters are Will's Robo Frames. Flying frames. Robo flying frames. Frames. And then these are Will's supporters for the supporters. 1.7 million. And then the MysteryMen down here. I am not familiar with any of these players down here. They've got red belts. Hey, red belts. Sweet. All right, let's look. Yeah, Anti and Bilka are awesome for doing a 2-man and staying in the lead versus 3- and 4-man teams. They're super effective with their time. All right, this looks like another steel build because that's a double furnace layout, which looks like it's just feeding steel to these barrels. Interesting. This steel is capped and feeding steel just to more furnaces, maybe just to make steel. Alan Guard, thank you for that host. Follow host.
Groovy.
You don't need steel for concrete. Where's our concrete build? There's your concrete build. Don't need steel for concrete. They just need a ton of stone. They just set up some stone with some iron and off and running. And Bilka crashes once an hour by regulation. It's one of the house rules. Not really. Okay, let's run over and look at LazyBots in this little tight race. And Rain and his crew, and NotAnti, has crossed 3 million. They are almost earning points is twice as fast as the other guys now. This has got to be because they can build so much faster than everybody just by throwing down a RoboPort and putting down additional blueprints. It's got to be a good... oh, look, here they go. These bots are at hot air balloon speed at the moment. That's what Mojo calls it. Look, all they got to do is put down the blueprints, and they don't even have to do anything. They can just build some more by putting down a blueprint. Copy, paste, 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 and the bots will throw them down. They can just stockpile this. It's really good. However, they've got it all within their construction radius. You could put another one here and even have them eat away. Probably that's what they should probably do, is go out here and extend it out here and then have them consume all this wood slowly. Look at those reds. This is a pretty amazing red build for being only in 2.5 hours in. 1.5 hours in is what we're at now. God dang. That's amazing. Having an exterminator on your team is a penalty. He does play one-handed because he must have a sandwich or some sort of soup in one hand at all times. So he's really only able to play with only one hand. Maybe sometime soon he'll get one of those eye trackers so he can move the cursor with his eye or move his person with his eye. I'm just kidding. JK Law. Love you, Exterminator. Thank you for the invite. Yeah, that would be the greatest thing to do is to get an invite to come Shoutcast this from Exterminator, and then I just rail on him for 3 hours, and then I'm not invited back. Way to just screw that deal up. All right, gears and pipes. That might be chemical plants. Gears and pipes is also also needed for your blue, needed for your engines. So we'll see what they want to build out here. This looks like this is going to be, this may be engines. Sub binary. Binary, since you're a sub, if we get hosted by somebody, can you do an exclamation point SO and then their name? So all my subs can do shout outs. So SO like this. There you go. So binary, if you are here and actively here and you see a host go off, can you help me by doing that, please, sir? Thank you. The accelerated start. Tell me about the accelerated start. Did they have gear in their inventory? Was it a small start? And what was their science start? It was only a 3-hour game, so yeah, maybe they did accelerate their start. 92K. So Rain's building this manually. This is one of his speed builds. I think I've done this. I think this is the one that he might have sent me. So he's doing this manually. He's doesn't have a blueprint. They had a spawn chest. Oh, okay. That's just an example. Grief, what are you doing, man? How you feeling? Kill this drink. Oh, yeah. Not sure about science. They got a chest with items so they can pass the burner phase quicker. Right. So that's better than having it in your inventory, because what we would probably do is if me and Ash started off, I would throw him all the power stuff, he'd throw me all the burner stuff, and we'd start smelting like that. Throw it in a chest seems better. Small chest and all red science. Okay. All right, I'm down. All right, so this is miners. This is blue. So this must be his blue science build. They are going for blue. The miners are for, looks like he's going to need some boards for miners. Is the rocket not viable score-wise? Rocket's pretty good still. You do get rewarded. You don't get rewarded like 4 million for launching a rocket either way. All right, spend a bunch of time on their team. All right. Looks like the LazyBots have reds off the line in earnest. You do get rewarded, but I'm not sure it's as big of a deal now to go for a rocket. I think the intention is to not have just speedrunners win all the time. It's to try and come up with different strategies based on what you're given. My leg. All right. Still, LazyBots science have stopped. Very narrow margin over the SteelAxe guys. Manually feeding iron plates. What are they doing for that? Why is that so close? Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let me go find some in Discord. And let's see, anybody in here? No. Team SteelAxe, Anti and Bilka. Okay, let's drop into... Let's go talk to these guys, the LazyBots. Ding.
I heard noises.
What kind of noises did you hear? What's up, guys?
Hey.
Heard the door open.
Heard the door open.
Heard the door open. What's up, guys? Looks like you guys are neck and neck with the SteelAxe team. Very narrow margins.
Yeah, it's a little bit intense. I keep freaking out.
Yep. Yeah, it's palpable pressure, man. And congratulations on having, I would say, the most number of cars in the game at this point.
Oh, yeah. We did it, guys.
You could drive. You could probably drive one, a new one, until the end of the game, and never get in the same one again.
Most likely.
All right. Uh-oh.
Do we also have the biggest oil patches?
Yes. You guys have probably found the largest oil patches. There's one or two other teams that do have a pretty monster oil patch, but yours looks like a triple patch right there. So good job, Fienxjox, for getting out there and getting that in your inventory. I did just see some sort of crazy secret strategy go down with a train going to nowhere and 2 locomotives. That may be to throw off the viewers.
Possibly.
Oh, Anti's team just did something. Holy hell.
Ooh, look at that.
They do have a small jump. I'm not sure what that was. But you guys are doing great on Reds, the second smelting line at the bottom. And I thought at first that you guys, when I went in to look at your builds first, I thought, oh, well, they got so paranoid about PvP, they went and put turrets down immediately. Turns out that's a new starting feature.
Yes, indeed.
I thought, oh, they're paranoid.
Yep, there's a whole bunch of new features being added.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, thanks to Clonin and Mojo for all the hard work. So we got some electric engines going down there in the south. Well, good job. Keep with it. You guys are right on SteelAxe's butt, so I'm gonna go over there and talk to them. So good job, guys. Feeling good?
Not anymore, but thanks.
Feeling hungry.
You're doing great. Hungry. All right, see you guys. All right, let's jump over to SteelAxe team. Oh, we didn't give everybody away. Yeah, you should be. Yeah, Mojo should be spinning and not losing. Let's jump over to Anti's team here. See how they're doing. Crotchley played this by himself, and still lost. Got a bunch of these. Let's see what this. There's no balancing going on in here. I guess that's the thing with speedrunners. There's not really a whole lot of belt balance going on. All right, let's go talk to Anti. I wonder what they just did to take the lead. Let me see if I can understand that before I go in. Oh, there it is. This is it. Just barrels. All barrels all day. That must be what they jumped in. More steel and more barrels. Uh-oh, he's got an error going on here. This underground needs to not be here. Look at this. He's pulled off steel. I'm not going to jump in there and tell him I don't want to interfere with the game, but he's going to have to, after he sees this and corrects it, look at this. He's going to run his furnaces out of fuel. He's run off, and he's thinking this is a deal. Look at that. That needs to get out of there, right? He's going to starve these furnaces from fuel, and it's going to go all the way down the line. Look at that. It's pulling and coming across this way. He's pull it out here and do something and feed it out around here. This will be interesting. Yeah, he's going to shut down half his fuel. I'm not going to jump in and tell him. I don't want to interfere with the game. He goofed. But that's why they had a big jump. This may be enough for LazyBots to take back over if these furnaces re-shut down. They'll have to ramp back up again. Oh, look here, and one little bitty bit of coal is getting through there. These are going to starve. Look here, 3, 2. Yep, I've all got three coal in there before. All right, we'll see. Let's look. It's all barrels. They're just going for barrels. That's it. Steel and barrels. And look here. This looks like another steel line. They're going to split off from here. And the left underground there is overriding the right. That's right. Probably just need to extend it off one more and then pull that underground off this way and have it just one off along this line instead. But it looks like it's feeding the steel over here, and that underground is pulling what this inserter doesn't grab. It's pushing it over here and blocking off that coal, which means the left one was laid first. Correct. Yep, it's all barrels all day. 83K per minute, and rain is up to 102K. All right, we'll go look. Anti's just adding more iron. Just for the steel. Keep the steel and the barrels going. All right. Bots. Up here is a massive blue science build. Has now started. We thought that was going to be the case. They've got miners and engines on the belts. Rain's builds are very, very good. Nice and compact. They have a good amount of inventory on the belt, but not too much. He uses a lot of these, a lot of the belts that just go and little sushi bars. If you've been to a sushi bar, it's a little, they just go roundy round, round and round all the time. And he also does this business where he'll put 2 iron lines going in with a group of 4 of these long inserters, so that he has effectively 2 belts feeding one build. That's a really good way to do it, instead of one build and an inserter, one belt and an inserter. Also very good at dealing with his leftovers. If you look here, these 2 are dedicated to miners. This one is dedicated to pipes, gears, in the right ratios to keep this belt full, but then the leftover is fed right back in. It's very good. Very intelligent building. New power profile going down. Shouldn't have to do much work on this. He's got a... Looks like he filled in this... all except for this one little dot, so he could keep the water going in. That water, though, is feeding over here. To find new sources of water, just tap off right here, pull those up. There you go. Job messenger. Using the bots. It's difficult in a speed run to think about using bots, but they really do save you time if you can get to them really quickly. I don't see blue science going. I'm wondering where he's going with the technology. I don't know if he's going to work on robot speed. It might be worth it to bump that worker speed one time. And look here, small dip in NotAnti's speed point total. I think that might be from throwing down, starting in with blue, because you go from stockpiling all these to producing, and then you're consuming them. But this is good. He's got some production productivity modules in. Where's he building those? Or unless they're building them in their hand. I want to say it's off of the red and green somewhere. Oh, there they go. He's got a whole line of them. This is good. $200 productivity modules. That's really good. Problem is, you got to do you got to get your power on to do that. Productivity modules in all the boards. I guess that's what we want to do. Probably want to put those productivity modules in this oil as well. He's got a ton on the. He's got a ton on the way on the in the chest. May as well put them in. This power, though, if you start putting them in those chests, this power is going to be pretty important. I would like to be able to click in here and see his power profile, but that may be a bridge too far as a feature. Hang on, we got a troll. Lol. There. Don't click on any links in here. A cheese champion hat award? No. It's a tactic. It's a strategy. Push the envelope. All right, they're clearing that out to do some more engines. Messenger needs to get this up so he can do some more productivity modules. All right, let's go check on Anti and Bilka. All right, looks like Anti has not fixed this thing, but surely he sees it now. He's got to see it. It's all barrels all the time. He's got to see. Look, it's flashing right in front of him. He's like, "Oh no, okay, here we go. Why are all these out of fuel?" He's still got coming off. He's still got fuel coming off of here, but he needs to go down here and fix this. Oh, there he goes. He sees it. Surely he sees it. Where you going? Maybe he doesn't see it. Maybe he doesn't see it. No, I'm not going to do that until he fixes it. Once he fixes it, then I'll go in because I don't want to give it away. I will, Beef. I'll go in and talk with him as soon as this is as soon as he sees this. Can't be on purpose. You wouldn't put all this down and then look at this. This whole line is going to be nerfed of all this work that he did. Tunnel vision. No, I mean. Oh. No, he's gonna. Maybe it's on purpose. No, because it doesn't circle back around. No. It can't be. If it circled back around, then maybe. I mean, the purpose is to pull all the steel off there and have it all go to barrels. But he's got to be able to. Oh, here he goes. He figured it out. Yep, this is it. He's got it. Yep, look, he's looking at it. He's going, oh, no, something's wrong. Yeah, there he goes. Now, yes. See, there was your fix. Yep. And now he's got to clean that up. All right, there you go. Now, you got to, yep, put that iron back in. Put that iron order back in. You got to clean up all that steel. What's up, 09? All right. Shoutcast. Right. All right. Now we'll go talk to him. Oh, I can't. Let me see. Uh-oh. Jumps pop up. Yeah, it's Paquito. Just walked in. See if he pulls me in. Just typed in his chat. He's probably not looking at chat. All right, now, okay, everything's back up to speed. All right, he fixed his error. His chat was probably going crazy. We just dropped a bunch of steel. Probably had too much in his inventory. Can't even pick it up. Oh, he's just ditching oil. He's got too much inventory. Probably needs to make some additional... oh my goodness. He had to ditch a bunch of oil. SteelAxe, even with the point generation total of... even the point generation total of NotAnti. There you go. He's probably, with all that steel on the ground, he's probably making more tanks, I would say. Barrels and oil. There you go. And there's your strategy. Barrels and concrete. And just not even using the concrete. I would say put the concrete down so you can run faster. Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe that's a waste of time. Maybe you just be building. Three cheese delicacy. I think it's legit, man. I would say winner, winner, chicken dinner. I wouldn't necessarily say that's ready for a nerf because he's not leading and it's not a dominating strategy. Like, I would say he's 1,000% able to do that, but he's not. I mean, Rain looks like Rain and his team are 1 million, a full 1 million ahead, 25%, over 25% ahead. They've got a really good build. Blue is up. Purple Science is up. Yes, Purple Science is off the belt right now. This might be their first one, too. Yep. Hand-fed stone. Interesting. Boom. Purple's off the belt. And he's got to snake that, spaghetti that back to Science somehow. Got to put it on that blue line, which is coming all the way through here. Oh, just run it up here and connect it on the far side. Extend that and run that line straight north. And you got Purple Science in your deal there. Invest in microprocessing. No. Invest in... Right. It's not overpowered, but it's not cheesy. By the way, guys, those of you who have invested Bitcoin and have made some money, you're welcome. Had I invested it in Bitcoin, it would have tanked. 1,000% sure. All right. Very intelligent builds. I like the way Rain builds these science machines. All right, those are opposite facing. I like those. He's a big fan of those red builds. All right. Okay. What they need to do right now is connect that in and get that to the belt, because otherwise they're going to be losing.
Hello, Countdown.
Hey, what's up, man?
Damn, we lose. We suck. Rain has a bot strategy I want to run, but I couldn't prepare it.
They've had bots now for a while. They're doing great.
I I had no time to prepare for it, so I thought, like, okay, just work with the fucking most ridiculous, easy strategy, and it doesn't work out.
No, you're doing great. Everyone in my chat was rooting for you to find that problem at the southmost steel, where you had steel going onto the coal line.
Oh yeah.
Everybody was going crazy. I spotted that when you first put that down, and I'm like, uh-oh, I'm not. I said I made a thing. I was not going to go talk to you and give it away. I didn't want to affect the game. I was going to let you find it, and then I was going to go talk to you. So
it was annoying as well. I didn't notice when I tried to split it both halves off, and then I accidentally merged them, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So we just choose a very basic strategy of doing barrels and concrete. But there's no stone in the starting area, which really sucks, and it's really complicated to start a concrete. And there was a barrel change that they only stack up to 10 now. I think was it the consumption? Right. I don't know anymore. So just stacking up to 10 is really frustrating. You need a lot of buffer chests for that.
Yes, you do.
So I don't know. I don't think we will win with that strategy today, but I mean that's what we could take off in this small amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing great, man. It's for just stone, for as little stone as you have, and all the steel, like you've got to be leading in the amount of steel that you're producing. It's pretty impressive. And the good news is that if you need extra chests, well, you got plenty of steel to make it, right?
Absolutely true.
Yeah, and Clonin is talking to me. He says, "Well, the barrels, it's not OP, but it's not cheesy." That's what he said.
It's not cheesy?
What do
you mean? Of course it's cheesy.
Yes, he says it is cheesy. He says it's yeah, he said it's not cheesy. He said, but it's not.
I can imagine.
It's not nerf worthy, is what he's saying.
It couldn't come up with anything decent today. It just had to study, so it just came up with anti stuff, you know?
Yeah, it's good.
It's just how things work.
But it's good. And you're the only two-man, the only two-person team here, and you've got Bilka with the disconnects every 30, 45 minutes or so.
Yeah, around that.
Yeah, so you're doing great. You're doing great considering.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Still second place so far, but it's close. It's close.
Yeah. And you guys and LazyBots have been neck and neck the whole round, and it looks like you've just now taken the lead with all of those by putting those extra barrel producers in the south. I think that bumped you up from right around 80 to right around 90K a minute. That's good. Because there were some of those steel furnaces that were full and not outputting, but now they're all outputting.
Yeah.
So, good stuff.
It's a bit just the point. We're only at 90K.
Yeah.
I mean, comparing to what we turned off last one, I think we had like over 300,000 at that point already.
Right.
I mean, that was considering we had some... I don't even think we started launching rock at that point, so I think even if we didn't change strategy compared to last time... but I mean, that was 6 players, not 2, so probably that's also kind of...
Yeah.
That. I don't know. I just think I just enjoy playing today and not giving much of a shit on how efficient it works.
It's good.
But
man, everybody
just trying to get it anyways.
Yeah, everybody in your chat, I'm sure, and everybody here just loves watching you play. So it's good to see what you come up with next time. Even if I mean, Clonin is here, he's dying because he's like, it's so cheesy.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you
good.
for the kind words.
Yeah, everybody likes watching you play. So keep at it. I'll let you go. Good luck, sir. See you.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. And let's go find Rain. I wonder where Rain is. Let's see where Rain might be holding up. Not in theirs. He might be not in Will's. I don't find Rain. Not in the Factorio one. I don't think I'm a part of Rain's Discord. If anyone in my chat is part of Rain's Discord, can you go to Discord and message me? Because if you link it here in my chat, you're going to get bounced for 60 seconds. Or just take the 60-second ban and link me at Rain's Discord, and I'll go over there and we'll see how Rain's doing. SteelAxe says taken 94K. It's probably too late because he's got a 5K delta. 5K, 60, 300K or so. He needs a bigger delta than that. But it is all steel all day. Look at that. He's feeding it in about midway. Look at this. Okay. This is a tactic that I see a bunch for some of the better players. Look here. Yellow belt feeding everything here. No yellow belts except for the one spot where it joins. That's pretty important. It moves and moves this out more quickly so that this side does not back up. It gets it on the belt quicker. This is a very interesting tactic that you guys should note, that it's not worth them making the entire thing red belts, because red belts are very, very expensive. But putting one red belt that you probably make in your hand right at the intersection, this is important. Yeah? You could also make a red splitter here, which would do kind of the same thing and feed that in. But again, a splitter is more than just one red belt. This might be just as for the effect that you get. Look here, every single interchange he has is one red belt, and that prevents this from kind of backing up. You fill the belt this way, and that's important. Anyway, good strategy. Good, I guess, small little tweaks that make a big difference. This is definitely worth it. Yeah? All right, let's go over to Rain and see how they're doing. Yeah, forces compression up to about 30 to 40%. Right, it helps you get on the board quicker. Get the perpendicular belt onto the or the east-west belt onto the north-south belt that much quicker. All right, Rain going for just another massive amount of smelting and massive amount of boards. It doesn't look like they're going to do much more than this. They've got some stone just to supplement their purple build. Looks just boxing up stone. Yep, and their stone is actually a hand. These are hand fed, so they do need those in their inventory to help hand feed all this purple. Purple is now going on to the line. You see, and they are researching some purple science. There you go. Belt is full. I wonder if they would benefit from doing another. These are 32 science. I wonder if they would benefit in extending it out to 50 and doing 5 rows of 10. Seems like an easy way to do it if they're waiting on some science. If their goal is trying to get through some science to get to another one to get some more points, I think that would be worth it. They still have, Rain still has a ton. Oh, look here. This is interesting. He's moved on to level 3 assemblers because there are, then the way you see this is there are 4. I noticed there are 4 slots for modules. So he's got purple off the belt, which is huge. This has got to be some big points. And there you go, 120K. That must have just happened because he's putting the storage units there. Purple must be some huge points. Oh, man. He might be going for a rocket. They may be going for a rocket. This is interesting. There are level 2. Yep, and here, look, there's the 3rd. There you go. There's the level 3. They're feeding into here. Okay, there you go. Shut up, 0815. The German, who's average, 0815. Paulie. Hey, there you go. Okay. Oh, I'm joining. Oh, thank you. Somebody messaged Rain and told him to invite me to his Discord. Very good. Oh, jumps are up. Let me zoom right in and get the jumps down before I jump over. And all right, now we'll go in. Factorioles. Okay, let's go over. Jump over to Rain. See how he's doing.
Hello.
Knock, knock.
Who is it?
Hey, sir. How you doing?
Hey, guys. This is Clowntown. Clowntown is a shoutcaster. He likes to shoutcast these PvP production battles. So say hello.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Well, congratulations, guys. You are
Good
in a
afternoon.
commanding lead. Well done.
Somehow.
You're doing great. I won't give it away. The big reveal will come here at the end. But you guys are doing very, very well. You got your hot air balloons in the air. It's great. I will dip that you were first. You're first up for hot air balloons. First off the line, and everyone was pretty surprised to see that. The other one I was surprised to see is the solid fuel going straight into the boilers. I hadn't seen that before. At least in a speed run or in a PvP match. That's pretty good. The surprising part of it was, even though you do have plenty of coal, it's like, I think it was just to burn off some excess that you weren't really going to use anyway.
Yeah, I think so. So we could have gotten coal, but that's pretty far away, and we looked to the west and found ourselves a nice 4,000% oil pretty early.
Yes.
And so, I mean, when you tap into that, you're going to have problems with the extra light oil unless you crack it. And so we're just not cracking. We're just putting in solid fuel. And I think it's worth a few points anyway, so.
Yep. And, yeah, it looks like you guys went way out the way to go get some oil. And it looks pretty good that it was, if there was some PvP, it was even in a good spot because it's kind of way away from everyone else. So it's you had getting out to tap that oil was really good.
Thanks, Mike.
And
oh yeah, just lucky.
Just lucky.
Good job. And tapping and getting out of the getting out of the base to go get that stone is really good as well. There were some of the other teams. Looks like everyone had 50k or so oil in their starting, and a couple teams got screwed by extra water and didn't even get that.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it was kind of, some of the other teams were in worse shape than you guys and had to go out even earlier. But we'll talk about that here in about an hour or so. But good. Looks like you guys are doing great on purple science. You had a jump up when you started, a jump up in points when purple science rolled off, and also I think you're about due for another jump up in points with this copper build, copper and green circuit build coming over here to the southwest. Overall,
do we have grenades automated anywhere?
No, not yet.
Do these need to be red belts?
I mean, we're not really going to use them for anything.
Go ahead, Clown.
Oh, no, go for it. Do what you got to do. I don't want to interfere.
No, we're good. We're good.
We're good.
And good job on the level 3 assemblers. I know how you like jumping out and getting to those. I noticed I was pretty thrilled when I saw a couple of those on the blue circuit line. I thought, oh, he's got them. He's going for it. It's very good.
Yeah, we're hoping for a boost for that. And then the big one is, if you can see my research, that's the next step. And we'll be throwing some of those in some places, I hope. Yeah. With maybe some beacons around it. See what we can come up with there.
Yeah, it looks like he left a lot of space in there with some for some beacons in the science build.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. We're not gonna research anymore once we get beacons. So
right.
It's kind of pointless.
But it looks like they got yellow science build going up here. Looks like they're going for it. So you got 50 minutes left. We'll see what you can get done. All right.
All right.
Good job, guys.
Thanks.
See you guys.
Very good.
Looked like some of their dudes were not liking my not up with my chatter. Just not deal for them. We'll go hang out in Exterminator's deal and just watch them for a second. There we go. Anybody who heard the vacuum cleaner roll right by my mic while trying to talk with those guys? Auntie has a new cheese idea. Oh, where's Auntie? Let's go look at him. More steel. he's got some. Just gonna mine some ore. Not even gonna bot it out of there. He's just gonna mine. I mean, he is leading in the points per minute total. I would not. Don't count him out. Don't count him out. Oh, yeah, look, he can put the power poles in between. Look at that. He's even learning how to put power poles better. Oh, mercy. You didn't hear the vacuum cleaner? I mean, there's a vacuum cleaner. I mean, I guess that's a compression on this. This mixer is really good. If you want to know what mixer I have, there you go. And that vacuum cleaner was 8 feet from this microphone. I swear to you, while I'm trying to talk to Rain. That's why if you watch my expression when I was trying to talk to Rain and he was doing what's that? Croix de fromage. He's got to go get some material. This is great, man. I don't fault him for this at all. I mean, you heard him. You heard him. He said, look, I had no time to do any studying or any of this business. We just want to get some points. I don't know why more people don't do this. Mine every square inch of everything. Easy bunny. Hey, Talk. Thank you for that. Thank you for that follow.
Groovy.
I agree. I don't know why you don't do this. I might belt it, though, and I might just leave it on the belt or whatever. This may be the best strategy build miners, not even kidding. Yeah. Look at his point total. He's gone from 100K per minute to 130K per minute by the time he gets all this done. Look, there's some there is, you know, there's about 21 miners or so over here that that could be put down. You could probably put 2 in here, 1 or 2 in there. NotAnti. Oh, what's going on with NotAnti? What are they doing over here? They just started something. Minus. What'd they consume? Must have started yellow. Batteries being consumed. He's going to run that. He's got to route that up and around. And there you go. Yellow science in the pocket and hotter than a rocket off the belt. Let's do it. That's a ton of batteries. See, this is great. I like these little roundy round builds. It's a shame it doesn't compress anymore. The side loading doesn't compress anymore because this would be pretty awesome. Rain just took a hit, and then now he's back up to above where Anti is. Looks like he's got all these replaced. All but 8 of them. So he's got 75% of them replaced. Bots are good. He's going to stop on science. Yep, just took back the lead on points. So, Team SteelAxe. Look, call it cheese, call it whatever. Don't fault him for winning. If the scope was longer, right? If it was a longer game, those short cheesy strategies will not hold up. Which is kind of what you want in one of these contests, right? Is you can go for a quick win, or you can do a more developed build, and you can go for the long-term gain. So it depends on how long the contest is. It's determined what your strategy is, which is right. So something where you just mine every square inch of everything will likely not hold up in a long game. You get dragged into deep water, and your strategy's not gonna hold. Yellow Science is off the line for Rain. There's your bump. Yellow Science. So it looks like beacons, rockets, and beacons. If is he gonna launch a rocket? There it is. He's still got a 1 million lead. All right. So that looks like a rocket build if he's going all the way for... Just going to mine everything, huh? Power. Am I seeing this right? Yes. They are going to have really bad power problems very soon. Look at the power over there on the left side. They're at 60% of production. They're going to brown out if they're not careful. Bilka's Anti's putting down all of those... all those miners, and it's gonna... Yeah, look. They're gonna brown out. Bilka's got to hustle up there and add another... Yep. Hand feed some coal or something. Oh, yep, and that must be it. Rain, look at the points explosion. Let me go back over to Rain. Must be... Mo, maybe these productivity modules too. Yep, look at there. He just researched productivity module 3s. And he's making some of them. So now he can get... Maybe he is going for the rocket. All of these yellow sciences are getting pulled off the line. They are researching something with yellow. So it is... they're being earned, and then they're being immediately consumed, so they're not staying around. All right, let's go look at LazyBots, who are now behind SteelAxe. We'll go over and check on SteelAxe's power problems. This is done. To south, southern smelting still going. Red boards have now expanded. They've doubled up since we first looked at them. They got flying frames up, the robo frames. Looks like they got bots down. I don't see any of them floating around. There's 123 construction bots. They may not be using them. They are doing some barreling. Look at there. Maybe some excess steel points. I don't know why you have excess steel. Robo ports. These are worth quite a bit of points. You got 30 of them in there. Yep, they're going to go for some points here. Reds and steels. That may be what their cap is just robo ports. Throw them down. See if you can use some bots. Expand production of them. I don't see any chemical plants. They're barreling up this... they're barreling up the... or chesting up the solid fuel. Okay, their power looks good. They've got 1, 2, 3 of them. They may need a 4th one, but unless they go into advanced science, this should be in game power for these guys. Not a lot of other exploration outside of their base. They're going to need gray science if they're going for rocket. That is true. They don't have gray science up. And you heard them when he said, hey, is grenades automated yet? And I almost said, yeah, they are, but they're not. The gray science I was thinking of is right here, and it's not on their team. You're correct. They do need gray science. They may be quick automation on it. Range sent me a build that was green and red. There is a list somewhere... but this may be production scoring. This may be... Yes, this is Will's team. So 16.16. There you go. I think this is right. Roboport. Your net gain for Roboport is 6K. Craft time per minute. Oh, is 500. Okay, there you go. Production scoring. Okay, I just had to dip right over. Oh, jumps are up. Give me just a second. What I'm looking at is up here in the top. Jumps needs to come all the way down, and then I'll quit kind of lagging behind. And I can go look. Yeah, FPS. I'll get back. And there they go. All right, now I'm back to 50-50. Looking good. Whenever I click out and do something different, yeah, that's true. That is 16.17, so maybe cloning can give us some, say, hey, it's the same, or probably not the same. They've been changing quite a bit. Oh. All right. What is... I don't understand what's going on with these that are just sitting here. I want to ask about that, but I don't want to give a strategy away. You just throw a bunch in there, and you make the max, and then you pick them up. I guess it's faster than you making them. You throw down 6. I guess that's it. You need some gear. You need some personal gears. You throw down 6 and throw some iron in them, and you come back later. I guess. All right, LazyBots are all over the cars. 38. Yep, they got full chest of them. Overall, not a lot of drastic strategies. Let's go see if Anti has solved. Yes, they have. Looks like they have solved their power problem. They have a new line coming online. They need to chop this out, put in some more steam right next to it, though. Oh, yeah, they just needed a ton more coal. They needed to do this. Extend that out. I don't know why you don't extend that out. For the cost of 20 miners, you're future-proofing. But I don't have records, so I may not be... that may be a totally off-base, dumb thing to think about. But I err on the side of producing more. Let's go look at let's go look at MysteryMen. I've been so involved in what's going on over there. I don't think so. They've expanded quite a bit. Looks like they've got a big iron line. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 iron, 4 steel. No, it's not. It's not 4 steel. 2 steel. Oh, they've doubled up. They have a steel and a steel. Okay. There you go. So they have engines up. Looks like they have belts. And they've got they got locos. There you go. They're bottling up locos. Get my FPS back. There you go. They got all the steel they need to bottle up locomotives, engines, and locos. Not bad. They're just boxing up tons of green circuits. They got a solar panel down, a single solar panel. So lonely. All by myself. Don't want to be. All right, so looks like they have not moved into their science build anything past green. And those just small science builds. A little bit of stone. Their coal is... How many is that? Okay, their coal line is not making all the way down because their coal is going a different direction. See, they need to uproot that and mine it and put that all the way over. They may start having some power issues. Let's look. Yep, look here. Look at that yellow. Let's go over here and... Yep, they're having that issue. They do need to add some more miners around that, around the south. Yep, here now they're moving on it. They need to add some more miners to this right here. Pull those up, feed that into here, so that is a full belt. Otherwise, it won't make it all the way down. They're at half capacity at the moment. They do not have any other power sources, so they are... This is why they're hurting. And they got all the eggs in their train basket. I don't think that has ever been uttered before. Yep, you got to input them, but the fix is... Oh, they just turned that one all the way up. That's okay. But put some more... Guys, plenty of coal. Put some more miners down and fill that belt. Fill that belt so you don't have to think about it anymore. Right-click on that miner box 6 times. Get you 30 miners. Belt that up and be done with it. Mine all of that coal and get a full belt. All right. Oh, look. Oh, looky here. Okay. There's a little bit of border skirmishes going on between LazyBots and their oil, which they have mined the crap out of. And look here. The supporters have come in and taken over the top spot. And look here. Some turret action going on. That's awesome. There you go. Piercing rounds. You don't want to mess with those. Hi. To be taking my oil. And they're going to route that back. Okay. Oh, they have, and the supporters have some massive oil going on. Looks like too little, too late. They are all kind of plateaued. NotAnti. Look here. All right. Let's go over and check NotAnti. They've had a big step change. They are doubled up on their point total. Looks like, oh, there it is. Way more reds going down. This green board, board is now full. Blues are not off the line because of what reason? Their supply is oh, reds. Bilka's being dropped from the game. God dang. Poor Bilka. Oh, this is hand-fed red. So Rain, what he'll do is, I've heard him talk about his speedruns before. He will hand-feed certain things to control the amount of science he builds. So look, he's got 352 in the bag. The belt is also full. But if he doesn't want to build anymore, that's why he has these hand-fed ones. Same thing with this purple. He will hand-feed the stone and the reds to control the amount that he builds. This is his control. The rest of it, he'll just sit there and back up. So right, so these engines are backed up. There's 4 in each of these. The belt's full. Steel line's full. These miner boxes are full. The engines are full, just waiting. But he's not going to consume any of them until he puts reds in, he puts stone in. So that's why he does his inventory control. So he's not spending on the stuff he doesn't need to. It's very smart. It's a lot to think about, and a lot of practice that has to go into that, but it's very, very smart to do. Hot air balloons are up. Off. Looks like he is going to mine some additional copper out of space on this one. He needs to feed some more copper into this. All right. All reds all day. Yellow is full. He's got to be going. He's going for the rocket. He's going for the rocket. He's got beacons. Bilka's disconnected and reconnecting. Anti-cheese 50K points with just copper miners. But again, long-term, short-term. At some point, it'll be full. And you won't be that'll be those points will be gone. Oh look, he's got all these, and he's got all these. Good job. Do not nerf this because it's going to be close. He's going to run out of time. But he got 50K a minute just from miners. Can't fault him. 150K. He does have time. I think he does have time for the rocket, depending on how far he's gotten in this yellow science. But the science isn't running. Why is it running? Unless he doesn't have time for the rocket. Because his science is no longer running. I think he's just going to build more reds. Reds are great points. And those reds are going to feed what? Those reds are going to feed his already existing reds and supplement blue boards. Very good. So Jimmy, this is if Jimmy's still here, we need to think about this board. Here, okay, here's another example. Yellow this way, yellow this way. Red at the intersection to pull them off and compress the belt downstream. Very smart to do that. Probably faster than doing some sort of crazy balancer out of here. All the green he's not building, but he doesn't need to, right? All of these greens count. Put in a 4-4 balancer here, 4-4 balancer here, and do a 1 full line this way and 1 full line that way instead of just 1 splitter. He may actually change that if these pull down too much. 50K per minute on just mining everything. I was convinced that like Shred Guy did such a good job when he was competing. Shred Guy's team mined every square inch of everything, and I do not know why you don't do that. It's frustrating as a broadcaster. True, he might not be going for the rocket. In fact, the fact that let me fix my camera. In fact, the fact that I went over there and saw that the science was not running means he's definitely not going for it. He got up to a certain point and then he said he's going to stop at beacons. Is what I remember here. So all this yellow science is great points, and he's pulled the productivity modules out of here or just didn't do them yet. I wonder if he sees that. He's got productivity 2s in all of these. What's his power profile like? Okay, there's 1, 2, 2.5 lines of power. That is amazing that is still running. Is there any other power that he's using? I guess not. He's in earshot of the rocket for sure. Once you get yellow science off the belt, you need only around like 1,600 yellows, and you have the rocket researched. If he was going for it, I would expect to see this have 50 instead of 32 of these, and he's left space for beacons. Could burn through that yellow science very, very quickly. And these science machines need to be running 24 the whole time. You cannot have any idle time to get it in around 3 hours. So there you go. Oh, almost about to break 3K. NotAnti. This team has broken 10 million with just muscling up on production. That's all doing, just all production. Boards, plastics, yellow science, filling that belt. He's got this yellow science must be worth a ton, because he's just, even if he gets there, he's probably just going to fill up this chest. I don't know. I can't see if it's blocked or not. But there you go. All right, let's take a trip around the other teams. They've got their coal. Their power is filled in. Shouldn't have any power problems through the end of the game. Yep. Green, steel, and barrels. A little dip in range strategy. Steel and all the barrels all day. Somebody blew up. Somebody grenaded some of that. And here goes the miners. He's so crazy. Looks like miners and the steel build. And little concrete pathways to run around. All the miners. Oh, man. All the concrete still going. Concrete stacks to 200 per 100 per stack. So we've got plenty of room for those. He's got plenty of stone now. All right. Barrels and concrete. And copper. Good job. All right. me see what they're building. I don't think they're building anything else. We'll go look at other teams here in a minute. There you go. Just reds. 2,200 gray science, which he does not have active production. That's correct. He does not have gray science up and producing. Look at this. Hand-fed. Oh, this is pretty smart. Now look at this strategy right here. Feeding in a full belt of a full yellow belt, compressing the belt. You get reds along here. You compress the belt. This compresses all the way down, and what it doesn't do is, or what it doesn't use, it stores. It's actually pretty smart. That way, these miners run all the time. What I would have expected, though, out of this is to go ahead and again mine the whole dang patch, get it done. Just throw miners at this, especially at this stage of the game, very cheap. Throw it all down, get them going, get that belt full. Especially if you're going to do what Anti did and actually score points off of copper. Got some jumps that I got to deal with here in a second. Can't move. There. Jumps down to 0. Get the FPS up. Go back up. Do my jumps increase when I'm here? I think it's only when I start drawing pictures. I think I'll stay here for a second. Exterminator's run off. Looks like he's going to chop some trees or something. What's he doing? All right, yep, they have in-game power. 4, that's more than enough. Since they're not doing productivity modules and they're not, they don't launch a rocket, they could have been good with 3, I think. Cars are doing well. They've got the last bit out here. Oil's doing well. Looks like they are refining and storing that solid fuel. Good. All right, let's check in with supporters. Supporters have a bunch of oil going on. Oop, let me get way out here.
Please don't proceed. Are you proceeding?
FPS is back up. Supporters with the chemical plants. They are maxed out. They cannot, doesn't look like they can put in anymore. Or no, they're gear limited, which is iron limited, which is belt limited. Looky here. Okay, so the reason why these can't get there is because of belts. It's not necessarily because of smelting, I think. Let's get where those. Yeah, look, they've got more mining to do. They could red belt this and get miners to that fairly easily. Looking for pine cones. You lost a sandwich in that forest? I've competed in one of these. We didn't do very well. It was half my guys and half not my guys, which is always always interesting. Do they have bots now? They do have bots. All right. Take that forest away. All right, they pulled those up. Put a trash bin. Take that forest away. They've got some chest buffering. And the steel is not flowing for their strategy of just 1 million roboports. Their steel is not flowing fast enough. Looks like it is smelting limited. There you go. The ore is making it all the way down to the belt. So they just need more steel. Second line.
I feel like I'm not moving up at all.
Which might be mining ore limited because they could do another steel line pretty easy. They put one up here, put the steel right up here. They could do some more steel if they needed to.
But instead, a ball spawns right on me. That's just what happened then. I swear this. Throw back to
All right, looks like they are filling one chest up with red and green science. That one has 2,800, 2,500. They have just not stopped that. They got to wherever science they wanted. Looks like they used some gray science, and then they are dunskies. Same thing with this. I'm looking to see when I hover over this. This is probably 1,500 or so. Yep, there you go. 2K. They have not ever stopped making those. They've got power. Okay, so I take that back. Building that fourth power is probably smart. One, I think you get some points off of it. Two, they're starting to add all these productivity modules, which it is free material for the cost of power, and your cost of power is a big penalty. So you got to be prepared for that. So at this point I do agree about making that fourth one. Yeah, when I stop yeah, that's why I don't stop talking. He's going to hear his ass behind me. I don't know, I'm talking with one of his dumb friends. Speed in the refineries, not productivity. Huh, okay. We had some disagreements about that, about speed versus productivity in oil and in the refineries, as well as so chemical plants for sure you want to do productivity. In the pump jacks and the refineries, I've tried games with both of them doing speed and productivities. I'm still kind of in the camp of productivity. Except for speed in the pump jack seems better, but here I'm in the camp of more productivity here. I like free material for the cost of power, especially if you have solar. You can throw down one of my solar flowers, old school solar flowers, get 7.5 megs, and that'll take care of whatever row of whatever you need. Effective 7.5 megs of effective power through the night. 2 productivities and 2 prod, 1 speed myself. Yes. Oh, sorry. I should clarify. If you look at my mega base, you will see that where I throw in 1 speed to offset the reduction in speed. So in fact, let me go to Rain's build here. Down here, if I can get over these jumps, let's go down here to very low. So these bases are starting to get bigger, and it's starting to get harder for me to look at them. Got to get these jumps down to 0, and then the frames, the FPSs will go back up. I'll show you. In a level 3 assembler, I will often put a 1 speed, 3 productivity. Yeah, all of the pros, these guys, all of these, the best players do productivity modules. Let me see if I can find Rain's. Yeah, they're over here. So in this build, it's different because you're going off a production score. Oh, and look at Anti. Look at Anti. He's charging back with 200K. He's broken 200K. And it's close. 16 minutes to go. Doesn't look like he'll catch him, but well done, Anti, for getting so close. But look here. I will do 1 speed and 3 productivity to offset, because if you hover over this, look over there on the right side of the screen, you'll see a minus 60% crafting speed. If you put in 1 productivity 3 or 1 speed 3, it comes down to about a 5 plus or minus 5%. I can't remember which one. But you basically get productivity is still plus I think it's 30%, 10% per. And you don't really have any speed penalty, which is kind of the best way to do it. So 1 and 3. So yeah, 1 speed, 3 productivity, assuming you're at level 3. This level 3 productivity right here. All right, let me jump out of there and go back to this map view, so I can maintain. As soon as I look at someone's base, the FPS goes crazy. So we'll hover here. I do want to jump in there and see what else is building, because it doesn't look like Rain is building much else of anything. He's not going for the rocket. I do need to get in here and look. See this business. All right, let's get up here. Get these jumps done. Let me get down here. Here. Can't even look at him. Anti might can catch him. It does not look likely, right? 40K per minute with 15 minutes left is only 600K to close that gap. So even if Anti, for the remainder of, for the remaining 14 minutes, if Anti has a 60K advantage over Rain, it's still going to be only worth 600K on that gain. 600K to close the gap, and he won't make it. But, I mean, well done. Oh, Bilka is outside the base. What is Bilka doing? Bilka's out. We've got a loose Bilka. Bilka's about to find a face full of turret here if we're not careful. Bilka's found the base. Uh-oh. Got some tomfoolery going on. Iron Axe offering. Is this a tribute chest? Is that what's going on here? This is very curious. Sitting right outside of Rain's base. Okay, and look at Anti. And look, they're going to run power out here. Look at what he's doing. Well, look at what Anti's done. Oh, this is very interesting. Gone outside the base. Nothing but copper miners. Getting all the points. Steel. He's got plenty of steel for his chests. This is awesome. And he's run power all the way out here. Not iron. Skipping right over the iron. Just doing all miners. Miners and radar. And look here. As soon as he... Oh, this is awesome. He's not going to catch him, but this is great. Mm-hmm. He's spamming miners. He's spamming miners and copper ore. Somebody, if cloning is still in, can you tell me the difference? Is there a major difference between iron ore and copper ore in points? Because why? Otherwise, why did Anti just skip right over this copper ore that was closer, or this iron ore, or uranium? You can't mine it without sulfuric, and he doesn't have sulfuric. That would have been gangster if Rain had said, screw the points, I'm going to nuke somebody. I keep waiting for one of these competitors to just man up and say, 4 hours, nukes. We're doing it. And they get a yeah, I did a little farther, but I mean, it is, yeah, yes, it is a bigger patch, but I mean, I guess that's true. Well, but he could have done the same thing right here, right? There's a iron ore that he's already mining right next to. All right. There you go. No turrets, no nothing. Just mine the crap out of it. And I'm still baffled by this. What is this? Is that just a distraction since they were out there anyway? They wanted to put a blip on the radar and get them to leave whatever they're doing and go over and look at it? Because that's a viable strategy. Just go look at, hey, what the hell are these guys doing? This guy just needed some gears. He's going to pull off the gears. Zephyr's always doing this. Throws down 6 assemblers, hand feeds it iron. He's just making gears. Just always need gears. Maybe the mentality because copper in real life is expensive. It is. In the last 20 years, it would have paid to been a copper dealer and having a bunch of copper. Apparently, U.S. pennies. Oh, there you go, Veldak. Copper ore is 3.6 points. Iron ore is 3.1. There you go. So, 18% Better? Five sixths? What's a sixth? 18%? There you go. All right. So anyone who is an AntiElitz sub, can you tell me if his sub alert is just him singing? Thank you for the sub. And an echo. Have I said some of the SteelAxe? Thank you for the sub. Oh, mansies. All right, LazyBots. Let's see what they've got going on. Yes. Oh, that's funny. Steve SteelAxe. Thank you for supporting Anti Lockout and Herman. You guys are awesome. Supporting this game, this community, and Anti's awesome. Like he's incredible. He's an incredible player. I mean, look at what we're looking at. Off of I just came up with a new strategy on the fly for no reason, and it's a throwaway game. I'm just happy to play. And he's beaten everybody else, except for Rain, who's got his team and a strategy.
Groovy.
He's an incredible player. So awesome. Is Anti singing? Is it? Yeah. So when you hit the sub button in Anti's channel, I think it's him just going, "Thank you for the sub with this team SteelAxe." I heard that for the first time maybe 6 months ago or something, and I was dying laughing. I thought that was just the most funny thing. I hope it's ironic, because if he's totally like, oh yeah, it's the best thing ever, it takes a oh no, I've got a great singing voice. You should just, yeah, we just altered sound. Thank you for this. Oh man, welcome to this team SteelAxe. Oh man, my jumps are way up high. Let me just go down into some copper and see if I can get my jumps down, because I can't move. I may need to close down all of Chrome and get that done. Hang on, let me just do that. Let me close down Chrome. Oh, yeah, look at that. I closed down Chrome and jumps start to go down. I don't understand it. Yeah, someone's strategy to lag everybody else out. Although, from what I hear, is Anti's computer is the worst of everyone here. Can I stay here and just be fine? Yeah. My computer's very good. In fact, you can do exclamation point specs in chat. Let me do this. My computer is very good, and I still get lagged out from time to time. If it's just me and my bros, 8 people run around the server, I never get lagged out on my server. In the U.S. with my guys, we didn't explore huge. Even in my mega base with me and my guys, I don't get lagged out. All right, LazyBots are. Looks like no major builds have gone up there. I'm not going to zoom in. I want to zoom in here. I don't see any new builds that have happened. Let's just zoom in real quick. Oh, look at that. FPS just starts to go way down. There we go. No science still. I guess he's just going to out-muscle everybody on boards and store up all the blues, and that's where he stopped. And look here, he's got, I guess it's effective because blue circuits are very, very powerful. Oh yeah, just do yellow science. There you go. Blues and yellow science. There you go. That's the win. He's in earshot of the rocket. If he had more time, he would do it. But producing a massive amount of greens, massive amount of blues, or reds, massive amount of blues, and all the sciences, and just storing the sciences. Good enough for the win. They're exploiting their copper top. Their copper top right. Yeah, my the RAM at the time was on sale, and for $50, it was either gonna I could double my RAM for an extra $50. Done deal. Done. Yeah, I couldn't remember what it's an i5 something Ashes. I couldn't remember what the 4 digits was. I could just kick them off the computer and walk over there and look at it, but I just left it because it's humorous. Yeah, so blue circuit gain is right at 90, and 4 productivity gain. Yeah, there you go. So 4 productivity modules plus power. You're muscling up on all these blue circuits. You're getting all those blue circuits for free. Look at his power. Look, power's hovering at 80% at night. They need to, hopefully one of these guys will run over there and just throw down a little bit, or just look at their, all right, see, that's full. There's no way they're surviving on this much power. 1 full power. Oh, there's a second one. Okay, 2, 2.5. They really did need another one, I would say. Yeah, look, we're at 80% and they're hurting. Specifically, I'm surprised they hadn't browned out if that's all the power they have. Oh, mercy. All right, 2 minutes. 2.5 minutes. Rain's got this one in the bag, I would say. Tacos, thanks for that, host. What server they're on? Oh, they're on, I don't remember. It might be either Exterminators or Will's server. I think that's Exterminators. So, yeah, even if, I would say, if they, yeah, he's not, they cannot close the gap. So, next upgrade for me is a new graphics card, correct? Probably when I get down, it'll be like either a 1070 or 1080, because the 1060, 1070, 1080 of the 3, the 980 Ti fits, I think, right here, just underneath the 1070. So a 1070 card would be an upgrade for me. I'm looking for the 1080 on a deal. If I can get it, it'd be awesome. All right. Look at this tomfoolery right here with LazyBots. They've made steam train. They're all unfueled, though. Oh, some of them are unfueled. Can they get them to circle? That's the real case, is can they get them to circle? Okay. Oh, no, this is not LazyBots. This is MysteryMen. Look at these guys. Oh, they blocked off their coal. Yeah, go follow my buddy Lovin' the Tacos. There you go. I guess they ran out of space to hold all their locos, so they just built a ring around it. 960. There you go. Just one more. All right, last 30 seconds. Guys, thank you for supporting all these competitors. Once again, let's do some shout-outs here. AntiElitz. Mojo D, who has his own command. They make it score scales with the amount of players. It's hard to do, though. So for Exterminator 5, and we'll do Reigns here in a minute. I can't tell if... All right. GG! NotAnti team is victorious. You continue to play till Edmund starts a new round. The base exclusion period is in. Oh. Base exclusion. Good job, Rain team. Congratulations to Rain and team. And let's do this. Boom. Oh, look. Everyone else is being revealed. Allies. Very good. Now I got to go find what Discord they want to jump into. Oh, they're in Exterms. It's his hosting. All right.
This is fine.
Let's join the action to with the gang, and we'll just kind of listen in.
We just mine into chests. That's all.
That's all. You're gaining like 200k points a minute from mining.
Yes.
Time to nerf ore.
No, let's not.
Yes,
let's not.
It
get
is.
crazy.
It is. I don't. It is how the game is designed. I'm sorry, but we do 860,000. No, wait. We do 28,000 copper per minute.
Yeah, that's like 60,000 points.
Right.
Maybe
Just-
10k copper.
That is 100,000 points.
Right.
For just copper mining into chests.
Haha, we beat you guys.
So, yeah, congrats. You did
Hey,
great.
what's up?
You had the bot strategy, right? The bot strategy is OP. I didn't have time to prepare it. I would have loved to run it as well. Congrats.
Yeah,
you.
you guys did really good.
Oh, I like the barrels. That's cool.
Where do they have
That's what it looks
barrels?
We just chased the game, everything that we could.
Oh my
They
god,
just
they
cheese
have,
Oh,
every
neat.
time. That's what they do.
Yeah, this time we
They
have
have
two
barrels.
stronger than the other times before. Don't you worry.
And they're even having power problems.
Yeah, funny.
Oh, yeah.
Is anyone not having power problems right now?
I know we were yellow for most of the end of it.
Yeah.
Supporters have gone back to green again now, though.
If we had dragged power, would it have connected us to you?
I think it does let you
Yes, it
connect other
does.
networks. Yeah. That would have been pretty funny. You are just making endless barrels.
Maybe a
no,
question.
he's also got chests full of copper ore.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah,
mining.
we're doing
That's
that
all
too,
he's
but
doing.
we started too late with it.
Hey, you guys went for oil right next to each other? That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Do we do a base tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can teleport
Start
everybody.
from the top of the list.
I would be happy to explain you my strategy. Happy.
For the top guys.
Start with NotAnti. Start from the top of the list and work our way down.
Alright.
Alright, I'm making the comment.
I also have this UI stuck in the middle of my screen now.
Oh, you can actually see
Random
something
box.
from the other teams. That's great.
Yeah, that's really helpful. You can see all the bases right now. Anything inside of the radar range seems to be
Yeah, set
visible.
your diplomacy to ally and it'll share radar range.
That's really nice.
That was always there. You just got to
We
set
don't
the
need to
share
have radar.
It did
ally
work.
chart.
So if if you guys want a tour, I might as well just explain a little bit about our strategy. We started off with my something resembling our typical speedrun build, and that
I cannot
segued
see
into
anything
bots.
unless we get teleported there, right?
Yeah. There's a failure to launch on the command there. There we go.
There we
go.
Oh wow,
Go.
you're right in the furnaces. So like I said, we segued into bots, and bots were just a convenient item, but also they're worth points. And I figured anything that's worth points and helps us is probably worth a lot more than things that are worth points and doesn't help us.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we kind of focused on getting all the sciences up to yellow science and researching a couple key techs here: prod 3s, yellow assemblers, and beacons. So you can kind of see in the east side, in the lower east side, is where all the fun is happening. We were able to kind of leverage a few fully prod 3'd, somewhat beaconed blue chip factories and yellow science factories, which I think is probably the main beneficiary of score. And then we use the bots kind of to just plug in more red circuit factories as needed and green circuit factories, so that if you look to the southwest, for example, there's a whole nother green circuit factory way out there that we set up. We just had the bots go.
Very nice.
Just wow.
Just wow, yeah.
That's all I've got. Just wow.
Yeah,
this is like, wow.
As a comparison for the rest of the teams, they had bots super early. I think right as I joined, I was an hour late to the party, and they had bots. I want to say it was maybe 1 hour and 5 minutes in, so which is pretty incredible. I saw the first 10 hot air balloons run around dropping stuff. So, and then the other interesting thing is that once they had that, their smelting exploded, because then they could just cut and paste smelting lines very easily, and so that's what was a big jump in their ability to score. What they couldn't do was build sciences with the robots, so most of what Rain's time was doing was the red and green was pretty simple, but Rain spent a ton of time over here where you guys are in the blue and purple sciences, just getting those up and running, because the bots really could not help him with that. The cars and the gato, that was not there before. That was that's new in the last 3 minutes of the contest. The other interesting thing I saw about Rain's build, if you guys will check it out, they had the same issue with that everyone does, is what do I do with all this light oil? They not only boxed it, but they also put it on a belt and ran it through a boiler system, which I thought was pretty sharp. They ran it through two boiler areas, and it's like, look, I want to get this light out of here. And I thought, oh, that's interesting, because I think in this mode, I'm not sure if you do get power, some points for power,
right?
But it also kind of, it's one of those things that Rain, I thought was really smart from Rain in saying, look, it's something that gets us points and makes benefits us, so let's do more of that, which is pretty smart.
I was under net loss. Yeah, I was under the impression it was a net loss. Perhaps I'm out of date on that, though, because it used to be a huge net loss to actually burn solid fuel.
It might not be for light oil, but if you burn solid fuel in a plant, it's a loss. But in terms of coal, I think we're utilizing every coal in our area anyway. So this was just the source of power, and the cost of points was acceptable.
Yeah, there's absolutely no coal on your side, right? You had to rely on that.
There is a little bit of unmined coal on the east side. They did mine a bunch of it, but you probably could have thrown miners down and filled the belt a little bit more, or dragged a second one out off there. But yeah, that was good. And they didn't even bother with the oil inside their base, the 491. And as I joined at 1 hour, they were already mining that crude oil, the 3600 out the west of them, and already boxing that up, which I thought was great. And if you look at it tactically in the 5, if PvP was on, that's a great oil position, because someone would have to travel way, way west past their base to go disconnect their oil. It's not, if you look in between the other two bases, I guess it was LazyBots and Supporters, you guys were kind of in almost a border skirmish with your oil, whereas Rain's team's oil was very, very safe, which I thought was really good.
Yeah. So, well, one interesting thing I notice here is, I would say this indicates a lot more balance in this scenario than it used to be, is that Rain, you guys pretty much won, I would say, by just teching up and getting more advanced tech quicker than people. Whereas, previously, several iterations ago of the scenario, it was actually advantageous to just not tech past red or green at all. But it seems like now you can actually, by teching up to high tech and blue circuits and stuff, you can actually legitimately just get a ton of points by doing that, which is really cool.
We're almost there, as we'll see shortly.
Yep.
Close.
All right.
So this is Team Anti.
Next, Team
Speaking about the last statement was where I made that it is worth leveling up in science. I don't think so at all, because what we did is basically we just mined.
Well, but you didn't get first.
Just,
like, he's still...
Yeah, but we are just keep in mind we are just 2 persons, and Bilka disconnected like 5 times during the run. So and we still have just 2.5 million points less. So per person, our production was better. Just
yeah, that's true.
That in mind.
Yes,
and how we did that is basically we put all stone patches we had into concrete, all iron patches we had into steel, into barrels, and all copper patches directly into chests. So we just do 100,000 score per minute from copper miners into chests.
Yeah.
If you just zoom out and see like how many copper we have like extended to. That's basically what we do. And we don't do any tech, we don't do any special, we just do very unadvanced, stupid stuff. And that's what worked out, I think, still best. And that's what I don't like about how the scenario is currently. Low tech is too rewarding. I would like high tech to be more rewarding, and that's pretty much what I want to show off today. And also, I didn't have time to prepare anything, and I didn't even take a look at the spreadsheets. So I just went in blind. And I think I decided to join the one like 2 hours before it actually starts because I'm very busy with my exams. And this was very easy to prepare, I would say. We do just very much. Right. We just do pretty much nothing, but more resources, and this works out way too well.
That is true.
I agree, Weldeck.
Definitely needs some more balancing.
I kind of disagree because one, if longer time, I think the point totals would have been more mature. So remember, we're in a short contest here of 3 hours. If we go to 50 million or 100 million, mining it and putting it into chest is it's a self-limiting factor. So for short term, yes, we're all on it. I agree. Short term, concrete, yes. But say like it's a short term strategy. So short term, probably there might be some tweaking. And I asked the question, why didn't you mine up iron and just throw that into chests? Someone from my chat answered, you get 3.6 for copper and 3.1 for iron. So it's better to throw copper ore in.
Also, we can do iron into steel and to barrels, which is just worth way lot more.
Yes.
But you don't have a really good chain for copper unless putting them into copper cables just barely gives any points. So for copper, we don't really have anything to do, so we just mine them into chests. And it is broken that copper ore gives more points than iron ore. It's completely unreasonable. And I think this should be balanced. And yeah, that's why I just mine copper into chests, which is, I think, OP right now. For short term, of course. And that's what the strategy was about.
Well, this is where the problem arises, right? Is, as Clowntown said and Zoo said, this is OP for short term, but maybe more balanced for long term. But the problem is we don't really do long term, and I'm not sure it's viable to do so because, on these big scales, because A, people will start lagging out, and B, people don't have the time. Even 3 or 4 hours is pushing it for the amount of time people can, have in one sitting. And
Must
then
be on 3 hours is pretty tough.
Yeah, and then lagging out is a big factor. Like, I think Clowntown, you were dropping at some point, and I think a few others were right on the verge of not being able to keep up.
Yeah, I was getting 5 FPS at the end.
Yeah,
so it's like updated about 8 for me, which is about sort of the low end limit.
And so the problem, right, is it's like, as an overall balance factor, which of course Clonin would want to take into account, it's like, some things may not need to be changed, but in short term, which is pretty much all we can do, there's some major balance issues, as Anti pointed out.
Well, to be fair, I was lagging out because I was also compiling code, rendering a video, and streaming Netflix and running this. So don't.
Wait, you were like watching a movie while casting this?
I mean, yeah. So here a couple cool observations that I had. When Anti ran. So the copper ore that is in between the two bases, in between Rain's base and The one where you got way out. So west of Anti's base, this copper. I wonder if I could put a marker. This. Let's see if I can put a marker out here. All right, do you guys see that marker? This?
This
no,
copper. But I know what patch you're talking about.
I see it.
Yeah, it's
which patch?
West of your base. So go out west.
5.2 million.
Marker.
Yeah. Okay. So
I didn't see the marker, but I see it on your stream.
Right.
And there's another one to the south that's pretty far away.
Well, you guys ran straight past the iron ore, and even dragged power poles across it, and then started mining this copper. And I said, well, okay, well, there's something different about copper. Why didn't they stop at the iron ore? And it turns out there is a point bonus. And then Bilka did something so strange. Ran right up to the corner of Rain's base, stopped, and put a wooden chest and an iron axe into a chest, and then walked away.
That's amazing.
And
there's a mark on my map. It means a ripped iron axe.
Yeah, I wanted to see if I could confuse them, but it turned out they didn't even have radars there, and I didn't want to stay around for too long, so I just left my axe.
Yes. That's what I was guessing. So I said, what is Bilka doing here? And I said, I think it's just to make them confused. I don't know. But threw an iron axe on the it's on my stream right now, but if you can see it, I also put a marker there. But there's just a wooden axe, a wooden chest, and an iron axe at the very corner. And I just thought, I think it's there to distract them or draw them off their game or something. I could not figure that out.
So are we going counterclockwise to the mystery base now?
Anyway,
I think we're just going down the list of.
Yeah, now we can go to new base.
That makes sense.
Anyway, but good job, Anti and Bilka.
Yeah,
good job, guys.
Good job. Definitely crazy strategy as always.
All right. Okay, so overview from Exterminator or Mojo or Phoenix.
Either you two want to take this?
You're the team leader.
All right. So, well, if someone wanted to speak, okay. Well, our strategy was essentially just tech up, except we did it unfortunately slower than Rain's team did. We focus heavily on engines, and if anyone wants cars, we have like 10 cars full of cars, and then like 5 chests full of cars. But you know, we just started teching up and tried to do a lot of oil production, because you know we found that massive oil patch over to the northeast, and then you know moved into red circuits, and we're trying to make some roboports and roboframes because those are worth a ton of points. And I mean, really, there's not much to it. We didn't do anything crazy aside from the engines and cars, which I think did keep us ahead of Anti for a while.
Yeah, we're making all these engines. Like, what are we going to do with these things? Oh, let's just make cars out of them.
Oh, hey, we got an assembly line.
Yep. Not bad.
And then later on, we did figure out what Anti was doing and tried to mimic it, but it was much too late. It was like the last 30 minutes. You know, so we were just tapping patches. The top 2 copper patches in our base are just being boxed for the same reason Anti was doing it.
One thing is that if you look at your starting stone patch,
yes,
you guys got screwed out of what little stone everyone else had. So if you go straight down to Rain's base, he had a patch of 52k or something, very very little, right in that middle. It's you know right north of your iron patch or of your copper patch, right? Mm-hmm. Now you guys had a piece of water there, and when I got in here early, you had some miners on that, but by then the max you guys had was about half of what everyone else had right there. Everyone else was about 50. You guys had 23k, and I thought, oh, that's gonna suck.
Slow down furnace and brick production.
Yes. The good news though is that you guys didn't end up tapping into was due south was the 2.2 million, which was probably better than everyone else had in terms of a single patch that would set you up for end game.
Mm-hmm.
But that would require some exploration. But you guys got stone screwed big time.
Yeah. Now, this is not our base, but people in my chat are asking, and we were curious. Rain, at one point, you guys had like a 60k negative point.
Yes.
Production, and then it went up. What was that?
I think that was kicking on science. The yellow science beacon research probably just destroyed it.
I thought maybe there were grenades going off or something, or you know. But I said, well, no, it couldn't be grenades because you have bots to clear a forest if you really need to. But yeah, I also ran over there to look at it. I couldn't figure out what was going on either. I thought it must have been just hitting the button for the first yellow science, and yellow science had just such a, there was a bunch of them on the belt, and they were just all immediately removed, right? So I will say for the exterminator crew, you were the first ones with cars, so Rain loses
Can you
that
do it again,
battle.
Bilka? I'm still in car.
Rain loses.
I'm actually stuck too.
Rain loses the battle for
Thanks.
cars.
Yes.
That feels bad.
Oh, one other interesting observation was there was almost a border skirmish for oil because looks like supporters came out there to go grab that oil in between. It's if you look east. Oh yeah, they're all moving. But if you look east of the exterminator's base, monster patch of oil, and I think Phoenix grabbed the middle one, which was advantageous because if he had grabbed a different one, it might have gotten ugly because supporters came out there and ganked that middle patch also.
Yeah, we saw the middle is already occupied, so we were like, we need to be first on the top one.
At first, we were just going to put pump jacks on it and just leave them there.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't PvP if we got it first.
Right. Okay, sorry to interrupt, but that was another interesting thing about LazyBots. All right, who's next?
Looks like we're in MysteryMen, I think. This isn't Anti-Space. It's a very. Is this Anti-Space?
Yeah, it is.
This is Anti-Space.
This is actually basic.
Which is wrong
We should
one.
be in supporters.
Yeah.
Cheers, the top one.
Yeah, good lead in. They had the most refineries.
This is not actually a
miss drop.
Nice try.
Does Bilka have to do the math by hand to figure out the coordinates of this weird 5-gon shape?
Oh, very nice.
This is
back in Antis.
All right, everybody's walking. Just walk north.
Oh,
wait, there's
we should
cars
just go to
somewhere.
cars.
This doesn't make any sense.
Oh, watch out. Messenger's hitting everybody.
Ow.
Wait, can I get in? Oh, here we go.
There we go. Good job.
All right, now we're in the right base.
Oh, Dragon.
Okay, go ahead,
Go to
Drag.
the car.
I can talk about our base a bit. So we kind of didn't have a significant plan going in, so we just mainly started off with a standard slow factory, and then really just went towards oil. That was the thing we did most. So we grabbed the patch inside, then the one on the top right, and then all the ones on the left that we could, and just made as much solid fuel as we could. And it wasn't that bad for not having a plan going in.
This is basically just your normal base build, only then faster to keep up with the production score.
It looks like you guys did mass chemical plant production, which pretty smart. It's actually quite a lot of points.
Yeah, I don't know if we planned on it for the points, but we just like knew we wanted a lot of chemical plants. But yeah, it definitely worked out with that too.
Yeah, you guys did good with the chemical plants. When I joined in an hour, you guys had the biggest advantage of, one, you didn't get screwed out of your stone. You had the full patch. Two, you had the west of the base 2,900 oil, which was great to get started. And then I saw the line of refineries throw down, and I thought, yes, these guys are gonna get off to an early lead because of the refineries. And you guys had solid fuel very quickly. And then I looked over here and went to chemical plants, and I thought, yes, that's a good strategy because they have some good points as well. So that was good. But I don't think you guys went higher than green science, correct?
Correct.
Let me see.
Yeah, we
I
didn't
also
do
don't
military
think we
either.
have experience enough to really go above that.
Right. Yeah, you guys got screwed out of there was a lake right in the middle of the smelter. That sucked. So, but overall, good strategy with oil. That kept you guys knocking on LazyBots' door and Anti's door for a long time. It was good.
I think you guys have the most oil processing, actually.
Yeah, that is a ton of oil processing.
I remember,
and it's still worth a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything.
At first we were just stockpiling oil, and then it was like, okay, we're starting to run out of space now.
See, they have 9,000% of oil connected, right? It's ridiculous. No, it's more. It's over 10,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just went for any oil we could find, and we're sad to find that we couldn't get the full patch because of LazyBots.
Right. LazyBots had to put down some turrets with some piercing ammo just to kind of defend. I thought, oh, here comes a border skirmish. This is going to be.
That was before we realized biters were completely removed from the map.
Right.
Right.
Oh.
And I tried to stay away from them, so we didn't have any PvP. Like the rules.
We considered trying to tap into the power because ours was low, but that didn't feel nice.
That would have been pretty funny, actually, because we were having power problems.
Yeah, I was going to say production ones. They were pretty close to production ones.
Yeah, that would have been good.
And at one point we were thinking about just plugging pump at your oil patch and pumping to our base.
We thought that's what you were doing.
One suggestion from my chat just said, hey, some productivity ones would have gone pretty far because you did have reds and greens. As soon as you get reds off the line, that's a really good investment, is to do productivity module ones.
Productivity one is still like really, really important on worthy.
Yep.
I must say that something we have to keep an eye indeed.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is when you start going down the productivity path, you're going to watch out for your power, and you guys probably would have had to throw down another steam furnace section.
We were facing power issues quite near the end.
Yeah, but like it wasn't because of power, or because of coil, more likely.
Right.
By the way, can you connect to opponent trains?
I don't
Just
think
asking.
so.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we tried to make it a giant circle, and it was actually
you can, but it
lined
still
up here.
connects as an opponent entity.
It seems like it'll connect, but it doesn't.
I was looking forward to this going round and round full speed. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, we built it around the spawn point, so the idea was you guys weren't going to get out.
So yeah, we had no idea what we were doing to start out with. It was a very slow start. Eventually decided on trains, making engines, a lot of engines.
Not bad. The steel and engines are decent scores. You gotta have a place to store them and put them, and going to engines was pretty good. Tons of engines. Look at that. They have even more engine builds down south too.
Something I like about this build, I don't know if I checked the other bases, but if you look at their tooling, you can see that there's no limits on their chests. So they have hundreds and hundreds of blue inserters and red inserters. It's pretty smart because those are worth points.
That is very true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Normally we limit those.
Right. Yeah, I need to call it tooling. That's a good word for it.
If you mine an opponent's train and you get it back on the track, it still belongs to the opponent. You cannot enter it.
So here's another one that Clonin said in chat at some point. He said investment in concrete walls and gates are also good investments. And you guys have a gate and a wall build northwest right off your stone.
Yeah, we did that in about the last 20 minutes. There wasn't really enough stone on the map to make a big deal out of that.
Yeah, you guys had some stone right north of you, but it probably is just out of radar range, so that you would have had to go exploring for it. There was, I don't think if you had placed a radar on the top of that your top border, you might not have even seen it because the radar might not have got to it. But
we didn't even really think about leaving our base walls.
Yeah, but still, that's a tough spot because without. You guys still got your little stone. You had about 50k stone. Didn't get screwed out of it like LazyBots did, but still, stone also in this build was an issue as well. So
there was no PvP and no enemies. Why didn't you go out?
Yeah.
Well, lesson learned. I think it's the first time any of us have played together. I think MysteryMen was a great name for us because we were a complete mystery to each other as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rain and everyone will tell you that hey, if you get a crew that no one's familiar with, it's really tough to get a cohesive strategy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we didn't even figure out a strategy until like halfway through. He's like, "How about locomotives?"
And so
I just started making a ton of iron smelting.
And that's real because you don't want to be like project task manager and come across as as a jerk. You want to kind of give some room for other people to roll, so it's even though if you do
that's
have a
not
good
how
idea.
it works in speedrunning. In speedrunning, Anti just says what to do and I do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and mostly what I say is get them iron vein. Get some mining done. Smelt the shit.
Yeah. That's right.
Slave driver.
Yeah, that's it.
That's how it's got to be to be the quickest.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Can't have a lot of room for well, I think you disagree with
No, I cannot enter bicycle anymore.
Also, extremely late game. I thought about making pumps with the engines. I just sort of manually inserted them in the ingredients.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I knew Germans in this game. They're awesome. Yeah, they take to that very well. What's up, Nick? How you doing, buddy?
Good idea.
Yeah, we didn't get very far in science. We researched
Oh,
trains.
you had the oil in your
that's about it.
base.
Yeah.
I was jealous of that.
Yeah, they were the only ones that had something more than the the little 490. They were the only ones that had a something over 1,000 extra into the base as well.
Oh yeah, we did have that up there.
But if you look at their lake overlaps their iron.
Yeah.
And so their initial iron patch it's only 2.2 million compared to ours, which is 3.1, even after heavy use.
Yep.
That's a pretty significant difference in starting resources for them.
Yeah, I noticed that early on that our spawns were kind of weird with the lakes.
Yeah, the entities are copied, so the patches, but the underlying terrain isn't.
Yeah,
so we got hit by that stone being under the lake.
Yep. All right, well, guys, congratulations to Rain and his team. Well done, everybody, for playing. Hope you guys had fun. It was great. I had a great time watching it all unfold. It was good stuff.
It was a lot of fun, absolutely. Thank you for making this possible, and thank you for the comment as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, this was
good game.
Great fun. Good game, guys. Good job.
Yeah, great game. This is
Try
awesome.
it again sometime.
We should definitely do this more.
Definitely.
And with the next server bump to 16.17, I'll set my server up, and so I'm planning on trying to host some additional American. My server's in America, so if you're a U.S. player, I'm definitely wanting to host a few of these with open up some U.S. players in events. So
awesome.
Out of interest, where is this server?
This is in Germany, I believe.
All right. Okay.
It's still excellent German.
Well, for you.
It doesn't
Yes,
like for me.
Well, yeah. So because
I think that's
Maybe
a potato
just-
problem.
yeah,
I think
I
if the
was the
server
only.
connection goes to Hamburg, it just goes around the world first.
I was the only in the UK, and the rest of the guys were in the US, and they were saying how laggy it was, and it was great. So that would explain it if it's in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's been pretty good for me today. I gotta go via Hong Kong.
Oh jeez.
I do have, before our parting goodbyes, I will have one of the funniest comments I saw is that someone in chat said, well, anyone, and we were talking about the lag on the server, and he said anybody who has Exterminator on the team immediately has a disadvantage because
wow,
because likely he's playing with one hand on a sandwich and the other hand. Anyway.
Yeah, dude, I had to skip my snack, for this.
I was loving that. That was great. All right, thank you, Exterminator, for hosting this. This is great. Great time, great fun. Thank you guys so much.
It was indeed.
All right, see you guys.
Thank you.
All right, see you later.
Bye.